invitation. The hard work you have put in towards this building is valuable, and this a huge infrastructure is getting ready. More than 150,000 square feet in less than 12 months itself a commendable. And we have seen your hardship running day in and day out at the branch. I remember one instance when I was crossing that lane and I thought of visiting the branch premises and found Purushottam sir over there. It was at midnight time and sir was completely into this. So thank you so much, sir. The beauty of Chartered Accountancy course is the hard work and dedication and the commitment which we Chartered Accountants put toward the course. And this dedication is visible from the panelists. We have Hem Chhajar with us, who is soon going to get married. And despite his marriage, he is here. And we have Abhilash Brahmin sir, who has completed his 50th birthday today. And he is celebrating his birthday with us as a family. So this is the beauty of commitment and dedication we Chartered Accountants here. We have with us C. Ashish Tekwani. He is the President, IT Bar Association, practicing Chartered Accountant and a second generation entrepreneur into hotel business and real estate. Sir cleared his Chartered Accountancy, is a rank holder 11th rank in PE2 examination and 20th rank in CA final examination. Sir is Master of Commerce from Gujarat University, again a rank holder 20th rank in the university. A Bachelor of Law from LSR College, a Certified Financial Analyst, so a fellow member of ICAI since 2009. Specialization in taxation and income tax audit, looking after statutory tax, corporate and internal audit of various corporates, LLP, trust, partnership firms, individuals. With this brief introduction, I request members to please welcome our first panelist, Sri Ashish Tekwani sir, with a big round of applause. Next to Ashish sir, we have Abhilash Brahmin sir. Abhilash Brahmin ji is a BCom and FCA qualified. He is partner in JK Brahmin and Company, family firm in practice with more than 38 years of experience. Sir cleared his CA examination in July 98 and in practice for more than 25 years. The sir's specialized area of interest is internal audit, due diligence, business consultancy, and travel advisors. Sir was General Secretary in HL College of Commerce in the year 93-94 and selected on a merit basis, visiting faculty at ICFA Ahmedabad chapter for account subject. I request member to please welcome Abhilash ji with a big round of applause. Next to Abhilash ji, we have Hem Chhajar. Hem Chhajar is a fellow member of ICAI and managing partner at MS Chhajar and Company. He has done his Bachelor of Commerce from HR Institute of Commerce, Gujarat University, and also pursued LLB from Gujarat University. He leads the indirect taxation practice of the firm and regularly appears before the Appellate and Advanced Ruling Authority. He has also argued regularly before income tax tribunals. Hem has worked for multiple industry segments including Indian and foreign multinationals and Fortune 500 companies. He is regular contributor to the leading newspaper in a vernacular language and served as a member of Exposure Draft Committee of WSO of ICAI. He was the Secretary of Indirect Tax Committee Ahmedabad branch of WSO of ICAI, Chairman Indirect Tax Committee and Indirect Tax Study Circle of Chartered Accountant Association Ahmedabad branch. With brief introduction, I request members to please welcome him with a big round of applause. Next to him, we have Jinal Patel. Jinal Patel is a chartered accountant by qualification. He has completed specialization certificates course from ICAI in Ind AS, forensic accounting and valuation. His expertise lead the assurance division and provide Ind AS and advisory services to the firm. He has successfully managed various Ind AS implementation and provided advisory support for Ind AS accounting and transactional scenarios. Sir looks after overseas assurance services for a diverse clientele, including listed entities and large private limited companies. Sir have been instrumental in educating clients for firms for recent changes in the legislative framework applicable to them, including customized training, seminars on topics including applicability of Ind AS, applicability of Companies Act 2013, extensible business reporting language XBRL, SEBI Regulation 2015 valuation, and many more. Sir is chartered accountant, cost accountant, and law graduate. I request member to please give me a support. We have one more panelist, Ramesh Nanda sir. He is on his way. He will soon join us. Before we start the session, I will request Central Council member Sri Purushottam Khandelwal sir to please welcome our esteemed panelist with a bouquet and a memento. Thank you, Abhilash ji, for joining us on your special day. It's your 50th birthday and you are celebrating with us. Beginning with the panel discussion, my first question will be to the Jinal Patel. Sir, as a successful chartered accountant, can you share insight into understanding and exceeding client expectation when establishing your CA firm?
I'll be very honest. When I started my days as after articleship, I was CA. So I was trying to understand how do I start it, because I am the third generation in my firm and I know the clientele which are old enough. But yes, what I started enough is first thing is that what is exactly client expectation from us and what do we fulfill, how do we fulfill the same thing. So first of all, when I started my initial days, I started listing out what are the requirements and how do we fulfill the same. When I joined, my firm was very traditional firm. We were not technologically evolved, so I started bringing technology in my firm. We are presently also using AI to a certain extent, and our audit reports are also prepared without any human intervention. So I wanted to establish what is my client expectation and whether we are fulfilling the same. Because client expectation is first thing which we need to understand, and what are exactly their deliverables. So sometimes what I see also is that certain times client expectation is something and auditors or the CA delivers what is up to the mark. So also what I'll try to tell is that once you conclude your assignment also, you will have to have a feedback from your client that whether we did fulfill the client expectation or not. Because sometimes it is very difficult that we think we have given our best, but the client may not expect that what we were supposed to deliver to them have been given to them. So first you will have to understand what client is expecting from us, and then only you will have to deliver what exactly it is to be delivered.
Very well said, Jinal. After expectations comes the need. And for the need, I'll come to Abhilash Pramin, sir. Sir, reflecting on your journey, what crucial experience shaped your approach to client service? And how did you evolve to meet the dynamic needs of your clients?
Hello friends. Hi friends. Hi friends. See, being a second generation chartered accountant, I started my practice with my dad in the year 98. But I used to attend my office when I was 13 years old. So I know many clients who are in their third generation now. So their grandparents were used to deal with us, right? Always client have lot of expectations from us. It is not necessary that we are going to fulfill all of their expectations. This is very truth, hard fact. Over a period of time, you have to learn a lot along with the client. Client size over 30 years ago and client size today is a vast difference. And so is our capability also. You can't say the approach with which you were dealing with the client 30-35 years back, in the today it will work. Giving you some common examples of
We would like to acknowledge the presence of our fifth panelist, Sri Amish Kanda, sir. I request members to please welcome him with a big round of applause. Yes,
traditional practices, right? So majority the role of chartered accountant 25 year, 30 year back was only tax advisor, tax consultant, that's it. Over a period of time, expectation of the client gets changed with their size. Now they don't want only as a tax consultant. There are tax practitioners many who are going to file their return, who are going to advise on them. What is new we are going to provide them, right? This is what expected by the client. We need to understand their expectations very thoroughly. Nowadays, if the role shifts from tax advisor to valuation, out of 10 clients, 6 clients will ask you, sir, हमको valuation लाना है. या they will ask you, sir, हमको SME IPO के लिए जाना है. Whether they are capable or not, that's a second story. But majority of will come to you and will ask, sir, when can we plan for SME IPO or when can we plan for valuation, right? So we have to also equip whether he is capable, he is eligible for that or not, that's a second story. But really, are we capable enough to cater to their needs or not, right? This is over a period of time you have to build yourself to serve such clients. You cannot say that we are not in a position to serve those clients or not. And over a period of time, I have come across so many frauds in my life. Accordingly, you have to change your approach to the client. Giving you some very niche example. In my early age of practicing, when I was not even a qualified, I was just simply a BCom, 93, 94, I am telling you. We were doing the audit of a listing company. Their accountant was very smart. And he knows that assignment is time bound. We have to deliver the quarterly reports and everything. So what they used to do, they used to create always a pressure. On initial visit, they don't provide the books. And I was very angry on that point of time. My temperament was very short. So one day I throw the books on him, that I don't want to do this job. Then my dad asked me, what you are going to get out of this? You look at his strategy. He is keeping you away from the books of account because there may be something wrong in the books of account. So don't lose your patience. He came with me and he found out that so many vouchers were fraudulent. So nowadays also this will happen. Whenever there is something fishy, client's team will always try to keep you away from the facts. They will do time pass with you. So you have to understand that. You have to have that kind of approach. Even though they are doing time pass, we are in time bound manner. Keep on sending them proper emails, proper queries, interim updates, so that you are safe. Tomorrow when we will issue the report, nobody will understand your limitation. You have always to be on toes. This is a hard fact reality. No client is equipped so that he will finish your audit within a month or within 2 months, before 2 months time. I am talking about a normal MSMEs. Listed company, that's a separate story, or large company, that's a separate story. They have all the teams. But majority of us will be dealing with SMPs, small and medium practitioners, and we are dealing with MSMEs. There are a lot of limitations are there. They don't have proper accounting staff, they don't have proper CFOs, they don't have even qualified staff. Sometimes your role will be subdued as an accountant also. He will say, sir, 2 entry to aap bhi pass kar do na, ye closing wala. Right? You must have faced this during your articles. You have faced all these bills. And this is going to be a reality. So in reality, you have to accept this. The client's approach has to be changed. You have to change your approach according to suit the situation.
Thank you, Abhilash. From the client expectations to need, before jumping to the Amish Kandar sir, demanding each of the client, I'd like to give a brief introduction of Amish Kandar sir. Amish Kandar sir is in practice since 2003 and is the founder of Kandar Mehta and Shah KMS, a chartered accounting firm, having staff of more than 200 people, including 50 chartered accountants. Sir, from the beginning of his career, has started practice in the area of service tax, GST, strategic planning and management advisory. He is serving the profession in various capacities in Ahmedabad branch of CHU since 2006 and 7. Sir was appointed as a special invitee member for National IDT Committee of ICF for the year 23-24. Sir is the chairman of IDT Committee of Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industry (GCCI) for the year 22-23 and have also served as a vice chairman during the year 2021 and 21-22. Sir was the member from 2007-8 to 2019 and 20. Sir is the chairman of Taxation Committee of Association, Western Zone from 2014-15 to 2022-23. Sir, it's your modesty, you don't want me to continue, but sir has been declared the top 10 eminent GST consultant in India for the year 2018 by the Insight Success. Sir has delivered various lectures in service tax and GST, and I am sure not only me but members here is also found of the booklet which Sir releases during budget on identity taxation. I request Central Council Member Purushottam Sir and the Regional Council Member Vikas Bhai to please welcome Amish Kanda Sir with the bouquet and a memento. So the first question from Jinal Sir, we talked about the client expectation. Then Abhilash Sir talked about the client need. And after expectation and need comes the demands of the client, sir. Sir, considering the demanding nature of the client work, what efficiency strategies did you implement in your firm to ensure timely and accurate delivery of the services?
Thank you so much. Ahmedabad branch, Purushottam Bhai and other office bearers, Vikas Bhai, Nishan Bhai and all other friends over here, and especially Nirav Bhai, to bring me over here and giving me some time to interact with you. Just last week only, I've been to Hayat Regency for that seminar, and perhaps I hope that it would have been bit insightful for the people with whom we discussed. And I was happy to know that some of them asked, Saib, tamaru channel che, athwa to do you make 2 minutes, 3 minutes video of this so we can, so ઘરે ને ઓફિસમાં બહુ રિસ્પેક્ટ હોય નહીં હોય at this age and stage, so it gives a feel good factor also. જ્યારે આ ભાઈ અમારું ઇન્ટ્રોડક્શન અને છેલ્લે વોટ ઓફ થેન્ક્સમાં ફોર સ્પેરિંગ વેલ્યુએબલ ટાઈમ એટલે બધી મનમાં હસી but all said and done, that was on lighter note. My before giving your answer to the question, what I've been told is most of the chartered accountants are just passed out or maybe COP within 1 year, right? So my advice will be just to brief you, other than this question also, that how an organization or institution or a very good practicing firm, reasonably mid-sized firm, should be established and how it should be operated. See, India is passing through such a transformational stage that there is a great opportunity wherever, whichever business, whichever profession we because India is positioned 140 crore people, consumption, leadership is good, economy is good. So wherever આપણે જેટલી મહેનત કરીશું, we'll get maybe 3 times more than what it used to be earlier. Now next question, whether we are equipped for that or what should be the approach to deliver that. So there will happen a heavy consolidation in all businesses, in all services also, which had happened in Europe and USA before 70-80 years. Because if you see, there were 8 telecom companies before Reliance Jio, now there are 3 companies. Right? So this will happen everywhere, there will be heavy consolidation. And even in my personal opinion, our CA practice or maybe a medical project matter, doctor, lawyer, architect, engineer, it has not remained a pure professional. Pure professional, what does it mean? कि भाई आज 300 square feet में chartered accountant છે अथवा कोई lawyer છે કે doctor છે with whom we used to consult a lot for 20-25 years, family doctor. અને અત્યારે you all will agree કે if we have some chest pain over here, તો આપણે સૌથી પહેલા શું કહેશે? ભાઈ ઝાયડસ લઈ જાઓ, કેડી હોસ્પિટલ લઈ જાઓ અથવા તો એપોલો લઈ જાઓ. Why? Because there is good infrastructure, there is neurologist, there is MRI and all other facilities. The doctor who has been serving us since 20 years, who knows more than any other doctor in the multi-specialty hospital, right? But why it is being preferred? Because it is the perception or the need of the hour that big infrastructure, multi-specialty, multi-services will run. Second thing is, our profession has become a capital intensive. You won't believe that Eisner Emperor, perhaps Glopekમાં તમે લોકો સાહેબોને બધા લાવ્યા હતા એમના મેનેજિંગ પાર્ટનર ઇન્ડિયાને, Eisner Emper used to be top 10 US CPA firm, and that is the first CPA firm to be listed in entire USA on New York Stock Exchange. There are 6 to 7 Singapore equity funds in my touch directly or indirectly who wants to invest in India in a services firm also, because the scale of the professional services and the return is going to be momentous in next 10 to 15 years. So having said that, હું એવું આ સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ મારું સ્લોગન છે 25 થી 40 છે કે 45 છે, if you are within that age bracket, તમારા માટે you will have to adapt change, machine learning, artificial intelligence, giving away the COP, ભલે પુરુષોત્તમભાઈ ને વિકાસભાઈ ને બીજા બધા મિત્રો બેઠા છે, giving away the COP and start a consulting firm like Dhruva, or so that private equity firm will be able to invest. You will be able to hire 3 crore, 4 crore rupees CEO, chief brand officer, chief ethics officer, chief quality officer, and that completely package business solutions, having vertical head, the sharing between partners. If we want to do it, ગમે એટલા સારા clients હશે, because they want result. આજે some client ask me કે I want to acquire a company in Romania, live, real life. હા હું સાહેબ એક નીરવભાઈ છે અમારા મિત્ર એ દુબઈ છે, એમને કહી છે અહીંયા ફોન કરશે, આ કરશે, big 4 person, oh no, I'll get you connected at 4 to 5 p.m. with my Romanian counterpart. They are not partners, but it's a network somehow. So what businessman wants, right? So, or what the chartered accountants, અત્યારે article students નથી મળતા. I was happy to know that because of whatever little branding we could do, અમારે ત્યાં 70 article students are, we had to take only 15. So, but in all small and medium, because their aspirations have also gone up. Employees, their first choice is not even Big Four. Their first choice is startup companies, McKinsey, Accenture, Boston Consulting Group, and KPO. Second choice is their Big Four and corporates. And third is mid-sized firm having more than 200, 300 people. And fourth will be the other categories. Or maybe they want to become entrepreneurs by way of starting their own firms as well. My earnest request is, we all are losing, in spite of Purushottam-bhai, 3.5 lakh chartered accountants in India, having 75 years journey, after 100 crore plus, not only numbers are important, ethics, values, scalability, innovation, quality, and networking, all those things are equally important. But you just put the number, 1,000 people, 100 crore firms. But if India માં 5 firm भी આપણને યાદ નહીં આવે. That is the tragedy. એક GST નું notification આવે, મારી firm બનાવશે, આમની firm બનાવશે, but every firm will prepare capsule બનાવશે, update બનાવશે, we all will post it. And everything, most of them will be big red. Why? Because we have not concentrated our energy, our money, our infrastructure. And this is not for us. It is really a challenge for every educated person, whether it be a chartered accountant, whether it be a doctor, lawyer, architect. મોરબીમાં પાનના ગલે ઊભા હશે, 4 ભાઈબંધ હશે, 5 ભાઈબંધ આપણે કહીશું કે ચલો 500 કરોડની ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી નાખવી છે, નીરવભાઈ 10 પૈસાના પાર્ટનર, હું 15 પૈસાના, 5 પૈસાના પાર્ટનર, પેલા 25 પૈસા. અને સવારે 9 વાગે the business would have been started કે ચલો હવે જગ્યા જોવાનું ચાલુ કરો. આપણે 5 ચાર્ટર્ડ એકાઉન્ટન્ટને ભેગા કરશું તો આપણે 6 ઓપિનિયન લઈને બહાર આવીશું. Not only chartered accountants, because we are educated, we are logical people, we see what will be the ROI, what will be the role. મારા રેફરન્સથી 1 કરોડનું કામ આવ્યું, નીરવભાઈ 11 વાગે આવે છે, હું 10 વાગે આવું છું, બરાબર છે, આ એક્ઝિક્યુશનમાં બહુ હોશિયાર છે. So we can't collaborate our talent and energy. So all sitting here, if we can't do it, we all, અને 25 to 45 plus છે, 45 to 60, they have that liberty and luxury. They can run the show the way they have been running, because next 10 to 15 years એમનો બહુ growth નહીં થાય, but at least they will, જે પણ સ્ટાઇલમાં the way they have been running their practice, they will be able to accomplish at the age of 60. But for you people, for you guys, there is no option. 25 to 45. અને અહીંયા તમને ઇન્સ્પાયર કરવા મોકલેલો છે. I am not discouraging you, but don't do practice alone. Unless and otherwise you can charge for 1 hour 25,000 rupees, 50,000, and the boutique firm, there is only 3 people, your brain, 1 steno, or 1 admin manager and 1 PM. These 3 people you charge 50,000 WTO, IBC or GST or international tax, people come for your opinion and that's all. If you are thinking કે ભાઈ હું ને મારો પાર્ટનર બે જણા છીએ અથવા અમે એક છીએ, we will hire 3 maybe inter C or MBA finance guys and 1 chartered accountant and 5 article students. No doubt you will earn, perhaps in job you will be earning 75-80,000, in practice you will earn maybe 1,25,000, but it will તમને at the age of, at the end of 25 years તમને એમ થશે કે whether I was a chartered accountant, અમને જે કહ્યું subdued, or I have just become a chief accountant, right? So the time, and for you it is very crucial, mark my words, don't jump into practice unless you have either specialty, people come to you, wait outside, pay as you demand, or you create 100 people from 50 people from very beginning, 5 people, 10 people partners, specializing in vertical heads. I can't file my returns. બરાબર છે, મને ખબર નથી ઇન્કમ ટેક્સની લિમિટ શું છે, because I do GST and now mostly main in managerial role, aggregation and the management and all. So I stick to it. So that if we don't do it, I do GST something, I do one project finance, I do income tax. Initially આપણને sweet લાગશે, but in longer term we will not be able to live our remarkable image or remarkable journey for others and for us as well. So this is my advice. Sorry, I digressed a bit, but that was the only point to come over here once Purushottam had called me to share my thoughts, and that's how we started Khandar Mehta & Son. 3 partners, 20 years, around 250 people, 65 chartered accountants. That kind of only 3 verticals we have been doing: GST, virtual CFO, and international tax RBFM. And now the GIFT City that we have started in. With this strength also, we have not been able to file even 3 or 4 commissioner, income tax commissioner appeals file, because we don't do it. So please decide, once you are slight better off, you decide what not to do. And then you decide, okay, whatever I don't want to do these 6 things, out of 4, what best I can do in 1 or 2 things, that's all. And that will decide your journey next 20-25 years. Otherwise, and you have a great future rather. અમે બધા તો ઠીક છે, that was a generation. Now artificial intelligence, machine learning, or not only words, tax technologies, and you see the value of advice is going to increase day by day. But it should be with right people, right infrastructure, right setup. And the client demanding usage, client will remain demanding. Simple example આપું, આપણે એરો અથવા લૂઈ ફિલિપમાં જશું તો શર્ટ ખરીદ કરશું, ક્રેડિટ કાર્ડ સ્વાઇપ કરાવશું અને થેન્ક યુ કહીને બિલ કેટ, રાઈટ? અગેન્સ ઇફ વી ગો ટુ યુનિવર્સિટી, પેલો માણસ 400 રૂપિયાનું ટી શર્ટ કહેશે, આપણે એને કહીશું કેન યુ give it to me for 250 rupees only, isn't it? We all do it because that is a perception that has been created. What perception has been created કે લંડન યાર્ડ પિઝા હશે, લાપિનોઝ હશે, all these pizzas are great, અને જે પેલું નાનકડી શોપમાં હશે એ કદાચ ગઈકાલનો હશે, પેલું હશે 3 મહિના જૂનો હશે, but that perception is created in today's terms, right? So that perception also we will have to manage. If that is there, then I think client will be respecting us, and if they don't respect us, we are professional, we are happy what we have been doing, we are capable of doing something else with someone else. It is not required. So that courage we all will have to develop over a period of time.
Thank you so much, sir. If I could summarize what sir has narrated, sir has emphasis more on the capacity building of the firm. So that brings me to my next question to CA Ashish Tekwani, sir. Sir, how did you approach capacity building within your firm and ensuring that your team stayed abreast of industry development and maintained a high level of expertise?
સરે કીધું છે એના પછી એકચ્યુઅલી તો બોલવું બી ના જોઈએ, થોડુંક જે એમને કીધું છે એમાં એક વસ્તુ હું એડ કરીને કહીશ કે અમે અહીંયા બધા સેકન્ડ જનરેશન છે, એટલે અમારા પાસે લિબર્ટી હતી, પણ અમને જે લિબર્ટી હતી ને એનાથી અમે ઘણું બધું શીખ્યા. અને એઝ અ ફર્સ્ટ ટાઈમ સીએ તમને એવું લાગશે કે આ લોકો બધા સેકન્ડ જનરેશન સીએ છે અને ઉપરથી જ્ઞાન આપે છે, પણ એવું નથી. રિવર્સ વસ્તુ હતી. મારા ક્લાયન્ટ મને પાપાને 25 વર્ષથી ઓળખે ને તો હું એને ના નથી પાડી શકવાનો. તમારો ફ્રેશ ક્લાયન્ટ છે તો તમે એને ડે 1 પર કદાચ ના પાડી શકશો. એટલે તમે જે રૂલ્સ બનાવશો ને એ તમે ફોલો કરી શકશો. અમારા પાછળ મજબૂરી આવી જતી હતી. અમારા કોઈ ક્લાયન્ટની ફી બાકી હોય ને અને અમે કામ ના કરવાનું કહીએ ને તો એ પપ્પાને ફોન કરે, તમારા પપ્પાને ફોન નહીં કરશે મોસ્ટ પ્રોબેબલી ઇફ યુ આર નોટ અ સેકન્ડ જનરેશન સીએ. સો તમને લોકોને એક એડેડ એડવાન્ટેજ છે, ડિસએડવાન્ટેજ છે, કોન્ટેક્સ્ટ ટુ ડિસએડવાન્ટેજ હશે, પણ તો એક એડેડ એડવાન્ટેજ બી છે. એટલે એવું નથી કે સેકન્ડ જનરેશન જ છે. મારા પપ્પાએ જ્યારે ચાલુ કરી હતી ત્યારે એમની ફર્સ્ટ જનરેશન હતી. નાઉ કમિંગ ટુ ધ ક્વેશ્ચન, સી સૌથી વધારે ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ છે ને સીએ માં અપડેટેડ રહેવાનું છે. તમે વિધિન 1 યર COP હોલ્ડર છો, હું 15 વર્ષનો છું, સર 40 વર્ષના છે ને, એક લેવલ પછી બધા ઝીરો જ છે. કારણ કે જે ક્વેશ્ચન આવવાનું છે ને એ યુનિક જ છે. એ ક્વેશ્ચન એમને બી નથી ફેસ કર્યું, મેં બી નથી ફેસ કર્યું અને કોઈએ બી નથી ફેસ કર્યું. સો મોસ્ટ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ થિંગ ઇઝ ટુ સ્ટે અપડેટેડ. અને GST આવ્યા પછી તો છે ને તમે સવારે શું વાંચી આવ્યા હતા ને એનો મતલબ નથી, કારણ કે કદાચ અત્યારે નવો નોટિફિકેશન અથવા નવો રૂલિંગ અથવા નવો જજમેન્ટ આવી ગયો છે ને તમે જે સવારે વાંચ્યું હતું ને એ આઉટડેટેડ થઈ ગયું હતું. સો યુ હેવ ટુ સ્ટે અપડેટેડ. એનો કોઈ જ ઓપ્શન નથી. તમને કોઈ ક્લાયન્ટે ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછ્યું, એનું આન્સર તમને એ જ મિનિટ આપવાની જરૂર નથી. એને રીચેક કરી, રીરીડ કરી, અપડેટેડ રહેવાની નો કોઈ જ ઓપ્શન નથી. અધરવાઇઝ તમે જો લેટેસ્ટ ડેવલપમેન્ટથી અબ્રેસ્ટ નથી ને તો તમારું કશું જ નથી થવાનું. એક સૌથી મોટી ભૂલ છે ને જે આપણે ચાર્ટર્ડ એકાઉન્ટન્ટ્સ કરીએ છીએ એ આપણે આપણી જે એક્ટ છે ને અને એ જે બી રેલેવન્ટ પ્રોફેશનલ બુક્સ છે ને એને જ વાંચીએ છીએ. એ વાંચો, એ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ છે, પણ એના કરતાં વધારે ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ છે ટુ હેવ જનરલ નોલેજ, ટુ હેવ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી નોલેજ, ટુ બી અપડેટેડ ઇન ફાઇનાન્સ સેક્ટર. સો ઇફ યુ આર નોટ હેવિંગ એની ટાઈમ ના દિવસમાં તો રાત્રે ઊંઘો એની પહેલા તમને જે ન્યૂઝપેપર ગમે ને એનું ફાઇનાન્સ પેજ છે ને એ વાંચેલું હોવું જોઈએ. તમે આજે એક્ટ નહીં વાંચશો ને તો તમારું કામ થઈ જશે, પણ તમે જો લેટેસ્ટ ડેવલપમેન્ટથી છે ને એ નહીં ખબર હશે ને. આજે ગિફ્ટ સિટી બધાને ખબર હતી, પણ ગિફ્ટ સિટીની પ્રેક્ટિસ કોણ કરી શકે છે? જેને આજથી 10 વર્ષ પહેલા એનું રિયલાઇઝ કર્યું કે આ શું બનવાની છે, આનું શું થવાનું છે. ગિફ્ટ સિટી તો બધાને ખબર હતી. સો ટુ you have to maintain your expertise by reading other than professional books also and stay updated. જો એ નહીં કરશો ને તો કોઈ જ નથી. and then naturally you have to attend seminars, you have to attend lectures, you have to read books. reading has no substitute. તમે એવું ના સમજતા કે તમારું CA ની ડિગ્રી પતી ગઈ અને રિઝલ્ટ આવી ગયું એટલે તમને હવે નથી વાંચવાનું. જેટલું તમે CA ફાઇનલમાં વાંચ્યું છે ને એટલું જ આજે વાંચવાનું છે. તો જ તમે મોટી પ્રેક્ટિસ કરી શકશો, નહીં તો મીડિયમ પ્રેક્ટિસમાં જ રહી જશો.
Very well said, Ashishji. When you said that to stay ahead of the times is the need of the hour and to stay updated with all the latest changes, I guess the lot which we are seeing in front of us is the most updated because they have cleared their examination recently, we can say. And to clear the exams, they have gone through all the simultaneous direct taxes, indirect taxes, Companies Act. So the knowledge which you guys are gaining at present, with all due respect, I can say the panelists which we are having here, Amit sir might be expert in GST, some might be expert in income tax, but you guys are overall expert. So don't underestimate yourself when client comes in front of you and sit behind you like, hey Saib, just trust in yourself, trust in the knowledge which you guys are having. So I'll continue with Ashishji yourself. So many young members sitting here were having a doubt what should be the ideal team size of the newly established CA firm. How about you? How did you go about assembling and managing your team effectively?
સી પ્રેક્ટિસ કરવી છે ને તો ડે 1 પર ડિવિઝન ઓફ લેબર કરવું પડશે તમને. તમે ઇફ યુ આર નોટ એમિંગ બિગ એન્ડ ઇવન ઇફ યુ આર સ્ટાર્ટિંગ અ મીડિયમ પ્રેક્ટિસ તો જે ઇન્કમ ટેક્સ કરે છે ને એને ઇન્કમ ટેક્સ કરવા દેવાનું, જે GST કરે છે ને એને GST કરવા દેવાનું. ડિવિઝન ઓફ લેબર ઇઝ મોસ્ટ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ ઇન ટીમ. ટીમ કમ્યુનિકેશન શુડ બી ધેર. આપણે ગવર્નમેન્ટ સિસ્ટમ નથી. ડિવિઝન ઓફ લેબર છે કે આ આનું કામ છે, આ આનું કામ છે. This guy will do income tax, this guy will do GST. But then we are also not government department. We have to transfer one file from another and one file from if somebody calls you and says what is the status, they say I am not looking after, ask my colleague. No, that is not an answer which will be acceptable to your client. So team size should be at least, if you are starting a multi-purpose firm which will be doing income tax and GST both, then you should have one person who is admin, one person who is doing income tax, one person who is doing GST. Don't mix them. Otherwise it will be very difficult. Another thing which is important is that there should be clear communication between the team. આજે જીએસટી પતી ગયું છે એ ઇન્કમ ટેક્સ વાળાને ખબર હોવી જોઈએ. એને આ આન્સર ના આપવું જોઈએ કે મારા ખબર નથી કે તમારું આઈટીઆર ફાઇલ થયું છે કે ખબર નથી તમારું 3B ફાઇલ થયું છે. એને 3B ફાઇલ કરવાની રિસ્પોન્સિબિલિટી નથી, પણ તમારા ક્લાયન્ટનું કામ પત્યું છે કે નથી પત્યું એ તમારે ક્લિયર કટ હોવું જોઈએ. There are many office management softwares available. There you can have normal Excel checklist or anything of that sort, but always prepare a proper checklist. આ કામ છે, this person is going to do it, this has been completed today, it was not completed, it will be completed by so and so day, what is the status? You need to manage that thing, and ideally division of role should be clear from day one. If you are બધું કરશે ને એ જમાનો જતો રહ્યો. હવે એક જણ એક જ સ્પેશિયલાઇઝેશન કરશે ને, જેમ સરે કીધું, તો જ એ કરી શકશે. બાકી હું જ આઈટીઆર ભરીશ, હું જ જીએસટી કરીશ, અથવા એક જ જણ આઈટીઆર બી ભરતો હશે ને જીએસટી બી કરતો હશે ને, તો એ નહીં કરી શકશે આવતા ટાઈમમાં, કારણ કે આટલા બધા ચેન્જીસ છે અને એ ચેન્જીસ આવતા જવાના છે એઝ પર ટાઈમ.
એમ કહેવાય જે બધાની રિસ્પોન્સિબિલિટી કોઈની રિસ્પોન્સિબિલિટી નથી. So coming to the him for the next question, sir, many of the experts and speakers have talked about expertise, but sir, when the client come to our office, they expect one-stop solution. હવે હું clientને કહું કે હું તો જીએસટીમાં એક્સપર્ટ છું, I will provide you only GST services. For income tax service, you can go to some X person. But that can lead to a migration of a client as we talk about a young chartered accountant. Sir, so can you explain the significance of providing one-stop solution for clients? And how did this approach contribute to the success and growth of your firm?
Thank you. First of all, good afternoon to Central Council Member Purushottam sir, Regional Council Member Vikas Jain sir, Committee Member Nirav Rawal sir. See, when it comes to one-stop solution, let us not mix one-stop solution with me doing everything. Those two are completely different aspects. When I talk about one-stop solution, does not mean I am filing my ITR, I am filing my GST return, I am filing my ROC returns. I am so and for I am filing my Form 35 income tax appeals, or I am filing my EPL 01 GST appeals. One-stop solution happens when you have a certain issue, but you have a team in your office who would analyze it from a different aspect. Let me take you an example of a development agreement, a simple example of a development agreement. So at the time of development agreement, my father looks after income tax, I look mainly after indirect taxes, and we have a couple of years who look after audits. So at that time, once the issue is here, we four would be fighting in our conference room. It would not be a healthy discussion. After a point of time, it would escalate, because the thing is that my father would look after 40, he would consider 50C, 45 5A, and the taxability under the Income Tax Act. I would be more interested in the reverse charge mechanism applicable under notification 3/2019 or 6/2019. The person filing tax audit would be more interested in percentage completion, के income कब offer करेंगे, and how that would go on, and how the revenue would be recognized. So that is where a collaborate approach of all three is required. And trust me when I say that, if we never leave the conference room when either of us is dissatisfied. So I will give an example. There was an issue for applicability of TDS for development agreement under 45 5A, and we were working for our client. At 3 o'clock at night, because I had a different interpretation, I called each and everyone up and said, "तुम ये भी पढ़ो." But that is what it requires. So when I talk about one-stop solution, the one-stop solution giving in-house definitely gives us an edge. If someone looks merely into an indirect taxation, that is a single line approach, and that does not work in most of the cases. Because all acts are codependent. So something I might like under GST, I might like under income tax, but RERA authorities would not approve it. Right? So when you look at a one-stop solution, it is a form, it is a structure wherein different people with different expertise come together and work on a single project or a single assignment. And that a one-stop solution is. And one-stop solution has made wonders to us. we have been able to retain, we've been able to get more clients because of that. Because at least they trust us to know that our view would not be a single-ended view or a single-line view, but it would be an overall eagle's eye view, I mean, wherein we would have analyzed all the aspects of it. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Henry. I remember the words of Ashish B when he said that there should be a clear-cut communication between the team. If a person has filed his GST return, the IT department should be well aware that GST compliance is done. So that brings me to my next question to Jatin Patel, sir. Sir, from your perspective, what role does an effective communication play in managing client relationship, and how have you maintained strong client communication over the years?
Communication, I suppose, is the backbone of our services. See, if you, as I said previously also, if what are we going to communicate to client is not proper, then the problem would arise. Again, as Sir has said, people between 25 to 45 should use technology. And when he says word technology, communication is one of the technology which is changing. Let us say example that when client calls you and says, I want to come down and meet you, or whether they call you at their offices. Now we are living in a virtual world. You must be having certain times, you will be taking 2 hours to communicate or reach over to a client place. Rather, you should have a different types of communication, like you should use Teams, Zoom, so that you can at least connect with your client virtually also. So that rather transportation time is cut there, and you can also communicate with your client virtually. Because meeting is not necessary for physical form. Yes, sometimes meeting physically is also more important when you are to discuss your fees also. Because your emotions, everything can be communicated to the client. But communication plays many important roles. In our firm, we have also made client portals available, so that whenever everything is concluded, we give access to a client. It's a portal where everything of client, from the annual returns to audit reports, ITR, everything is kept across. So that whenever they want to have access, they can log into that client portal and get access to that data. Because certain times what happens is that client calls your person and says, sir, वो भेज देना आपके वहाँ वो ITR या वो, and may forget, or they not able to communicate उनको exactly assessment year बोल रहा है, financial बोल रहा है. You may send across a different thing. So making a very proper communication will help to give your client a proper services, and using technology in communication will enhance your services also.
Very well said, Nitin bhai. So after starting the offices, the second step comes to our mind is expansion, when we want to grow and have a presence in multiple cities or multi-location. And who better than Amish Khandar sir can guide us, who is having his presence in 10 cities and 130 countries across the globe. Sir, for all the aspiring chartered accountants who wish to have multi-location presence, we want to know what are the key challenges did you face, and what advice would you give to chartered accountant to navigate and succeed in managing multiple offices?
First of all, I will talk about my failures, our failures. We had our offices in Bombay, Pune, and Gandhidham 10 years back when we were younger and my partners were more younger. So after expand career, you don't know. See, these rules of business. Every business, every game has their own rules. આપણને ખબર ઘણી વખત ન હોય that we learn. અમે જીએસટીનું સોફ્ટવેર કર્યું અને એમાં ફેલ ગયા, એટલામાંથી અમને એક શીખવા મળ્યું. અમને એમ કે આપણે 30 માર્ક ખા છે નોલેજમાં. એવું હોય જ દરેકને હોય, આપણને હોય કે ના આપણે we are very great in knowledge. After developing that software, આ 50 લાખ 1 કરોડ ગુમાવ્યા પછીનો 2 લાઈનનો અનુભવ છે. કદાચ કોઈને કામ લાગે ના લાગે, અમને લાગ્યું. એટલે there are only the value of knowledge in total horizon, total spectrum is only 33%. 33% requires the technology. What kind of technology you choose, what kind of technological partner you choose. And 33% is business development, means reaching to the market and the finance. એટલે અમે 33% એ 100% કોન્ફિડન્સથી ગયા એટલે it is going to pay. However, that helped us that I am sweat equity partner in so many software companies who are developing based on GST and all other things. So my investment or whatever experience I earned based on the whatever losses I incurred, it is 10 times or 20 times more than that. But that is an experience. The same way we did it for 10 years. So tax technology, please invest करजो. Big Four never says that their SLPs or chartered accountants firms are their competitors. They tell them that they are afraid of only technology. So they are investing heavily. One of our friends is one of the consultant in, now he's 65, but in EY's 450 technology team. So every Big Four and every company, rather we all should aspire to invest whatever little energy, money and knowledge we have into technology. So before 10 years we opened in Gandhidham, Mumbai and Pune. After 3 years we came to know this is not our cup of tea. The main reasons for them was that because we have to stick to our value system. When you expand, you have to compromise sometimes in values and quality. And એને ચેક કરવા માટેની સિસ્ટમ છે પણ we were and perhaps still also we are not that good at the systems and processes. Naturally, more so with most of the Indian mindset. આપણે કામ કરીને જુગાડ વૃત્તિથી we execute it. If you see Japan or Italy or Germany or South Korea, any of the projects, they don't start unless they've spent 35 to 40% into the planning of this event or maybe the entire project and all that. And that's how it runs. મારું એક lecture બી છે, innovation or sustainability, what would sustain in future, my thoughts. So એની અંદર બી મેં થોડું ઘણું સ્ટડી કરીને એમાં ડિસ્પ્લે કરવાનો પ્રયત્ન. So we are basically by nature not much good into systems, process, R&D and technology, which we all are, new generation is very much eager and they are investing very good amount of time and their career into it. એટલે અમારે શું થયું કે we failed because we could not synergize. ત્યાંના પાર્ટનર હતા એ એમની રીતે કામ કરે, અમે અમારી રીતે, they were all friends. Over a period of time they all we demerged it and then we formed a network. And this network is approved as per ICAI guidelines. Plus, mind you, these all networks are loose networks. It will help you, but human psychology is still today prevails everywhere. કે આજે 5 લાખનું કામ હશે તો મારા ચેન્નાઈના પાર્ટનરને કહીશ, who is a network partner, અને 50 લાખનું હશે હું જાતે કરી આપીશ. એવું જ એ થશે. But whatever the comfort is કે એને ગુજરાતમાં કંઈ કામ હશે તો he will call me, મારે અમે ચેન્નાઈમાં હશે, આ ભાઈ હૈદરાબાદમાં છે, પેલા ભાઈ દિલ્હીમાં છે. So it is an association. Formal instituteની guidelines છે, informal also in friendship we can have it. International network બી ઘણા બધા organizations છે, HLB છે, Mazars છે, પછી I think Elenial બી છે, જેમાં આપણા અનિકેતભાઈ ને બધા બી છે. એવી રીતે એ international network બી છે, we can remain part of that. However, I strongly believe, though now it's not my journey, I will be happy to note someone of you will create that level of organization or firm in future, and I will be sitting that side hearing you from the dais that okay, we achieved maybe 5,000 people and 1,000 crore turnover or so. So that is my aspiration for the Indian chartered accountants professional community, that someone will achieve it. But for that, what I have learned is only watertight compartment will work. That is for sure. Loose networks don't give the results that we desire to achieve as per the future that is lying ahead and as per the expectations or targets we have. Second thing, જે પણ Big Four માં નથી, there are so many good talent pools which retired at 62. ઘણા લોકો લેડીઝ છે એ લોકોને મેટર્નિટી લીવ પછી they want to work for 5 hours. There are so many men also, they don't want to be stressed so much. એટલે મારે what we will have to be vigilant is with whatever is limitation for them, I should try to take it on. Whatever is their strength, whatever of Big Four, naturally, of any organization, we need to learn out of it. So make a very strong network, make a strong partnership of 5, 10, 15 people, દરેક માણસ હજાર ફૂટની અહીંયા બેઠા છે, કમસે કમ 40 થી 50 લોકો છે, બધા જ પ્રેક્ટિસમાં છે, આઈ એઝ્યુમ, રાઈટ? એવરીવન વિલ ટેક 500, 700, 1000 ફૂટની ઓફિસ લેશે, એનું ઇન્ફ્રાસ્ટ્રક્ચર બનાવશે. યુ જસ્ટ થિંક ઓવર વેરી વાઇઝલી કે આપણે ચાર્ટર્ડ એકાઉન્ટન્ટ હોવા છતાં બી ક્યાં ભૂલ કરી. તમારે ત્યાં નાનો કોન્ફરન્સ હોલ હશે, આમને હશે, બીજાને હશે, ઇટ વિલ બી યુઝડ ઓનલી ફોર 1 or 2 hours, સો ઇટ ઇઝ નોટ ઓપ્ટિમાઇઝ. થોડા વધારે પૈસા જશે એટલે 2000, 3000 ફૂટની ઓફિસ લેશું. એના પછી તમે શું લેશો કે હવે 3 બેડરૂમ, 4 બેડરૂમનો એક ફ્લેટ લઈશ, એક વીકેન્ડ હોમ લઈશ, વર્લ્ડની 3, 4, 10 કન્ટ્રીમાં ફરી આવીશ, મર્સિડીઝ લઈશ, ડ્રાઈવર લઈશ. એટ ધેટ એજ યુ વિલ રીચ ટુ 55 or 60. What we have achieved, that okay, from wherever we were there, we have achieved a reasonable, naturally આજે જ achieve કર્યું છે, we all are chartered accountants, but as an organization, as an institution, as a benchmark છોડીને જવા માટે what we have achieved. Okay, we made our family happy, maybe 25 people, 50 people, or like us, maybe 200, 250, but it is, in entirety, it has no significance at all. Against that, it is not that the karlo duniya muthi mein, but for you, 25 to 45, you must aspire and achieve that, okay, by the time I will retire at 60, my firm will be 5,000 people, so I will be only 2% partner of that. And that will be far higher or far more than otherwise you would have done for another 30, 35 years. If you can take, maybe at the age of 40, 45, whenever, 15 days vacation, and you get only 15 calls on those 15 days, it is a successful practice. Otherwise, we all are bonded laborers and we behave like that. We go on that route only, not for you, it is for the age, whenever it is more than 40, 45. But that does not give the result against the efforts and the time or the family or the hobbies that we are sacrificing. So that has to be a very thoughtful decision, and we have great future undoubtedly. India is positioned in such a way, તમે ગમે તે હાથ નાખો, તમે ગિફ્ટ સિટી જઈને ખાલી 5 સોદા બી કરી આવશો, ઇન્સ્પાઇટ ઓફ બિંગ એ ચાર્ટર્ડ એકાઉન્ટન્ટ વિજિલન્સલી, બરાબર છે, સ્ટીલ વી કેન. તમે બેંગ્લોર જઈને સારી ટેકનોલોજી કંપનીમાં 2 વર્ષ કામ કરશો તો પણ ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટી છે. ખાલી 5 લોકોને એગ્રીગેટ કરીને એના તમે મોનિટર બનશો તો પણ સી ટુ કોર્ડિનેટ 5 people is not also easy. આપણે ઘરે ટીવી લેવું હોય તો પપ્પા કે કેમ ભાઈ જૂના ટીવી નહીં દેખાતું, બરાબર છે, વાઈફ કે મારી બેનપણી કે મારા મમ્મીને ઘરે આવવું છે, છોકરી કે ભાઈ એને કવ વાળું જોઈએ છે. ટુ ફાઇનલાઇઝ a TV also in 5 people is difficult against running 500 people, and that is also all intelligent, all logical, everything, everyone has a reason to prove his or her point. So that aggregation is more important. To work is very easy, to get it done is one of the most difficult thing in life. After becoming chartered accountant, I can tell you, before that, it is the degree only which is the entire world for us. Now onwards, your real exam starts. કે તમે, whether you are a good manager, whether you are a good executor. Right? હવે મને ના આપતા, otherwise I will need away other faculties time. It can go on and on. Thank you so much.
So you have rightly talked about technological advancements and investment in technology. So like bring me to the next question to the HIM charter very quickly, sir. Along with the technical advancement, regulation updation is also necessary. So how did you ensure your firm remained at the forefront of the industry changes throughout your career? Very quickly, HIM.
Okay, so for updation, there is no substitute to reading. Even today, I read for 2 to 3 hours a day, but I'm sure my principal reads more than that. And because he leads it by an example, we have no option but to read. But then every Saturday, that is where we have our discussions. We have discussions with our chartered accountants in firm. We have discussion with articles in the firm, as and when the updates come. And that is how we try and keep the team updated. The important aspect here is we also try and make sure that the clients from the relevant industries are updated as well. So if any update comes, we would make it a point to mail them, to communicate to them. And for me, there is no communication without written communication. I don't believe in verbal communication. I'm not someone who would call someone up and tell कि ये हुआ है, because verbal is something that we have taken too casually now. So any communication, there is a written communication, we would drop them a mail. We would ensure them, somebody from office, the receptionist or someone from office would call them up to kindly refer to their mail. And if they have any queries, they would get back to us. If not, even someone who leading that area of practice would call them up and ask them to ensure that they have understood it correctly. But to be very precise, there is no substitute. I mean, you cannot go Google an article and read something and take somebody else's interpretation and copy paste it to your client or your application. Ingeniousness here lies in you reading it, you understanding it, and perhaps if required, you may refer to somebody else's opinion. But if you don't do that basic groundwork, the bridge is going to collapse.
Very well said. Quickly running questions with Abhilash sir. Many of the young chartered accountant will be in that dilemma whether to go for the new client or to retain the existing client. So how do you make balance to go for the new client and to retain a new client for a long-term relationship? Very quickly, Abhilash ji.
આમ તો આ બધાએ ઘણું બધું કહી દીધું. તમને અત્યારે માઇન્ડમાં એક ડાયલેમા હશે. પ્રેક્ટિસ નાના લેવલે કરીએ કે ઉપરના લેવલે, રાઈટ? ડોન્ટ નો. જે તમારા માઇન્ડમાં ચાલે છે એને એકવાર હોલ્ડ કરો. વિલ ગીવ યુ વેરી સ્મોલ પીસ ઓફ એડવાઇસ. There is no shortcut to success. Number one, always remember Pareto principle. I think most of you have heard about the Pareto principle, 80-20 principle. See, nowadays, if you go for general practice, your majority time will be wasted. Of course, for your bread and butter, it is equally required. બધા કમાયેલી પાર્ટી છે એટલે બધાએ કહી દીધું તમને કે go for specialization and everything. It's true, 101% true. I made one partnership in 98. It was with a Bombay-based firm, very famous firm. The founder partner of that firm is presently independent director in 4 to 5 Fortune 500 companies. With that, we could not succeed for several reasons. But that gave me a very learning curve. अगर बड़ा बनना है ना, तो आपको बड़ा सोचना है और बड़ा प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा. Partnership by default is a compromise. करना ही पड़ेगा. If you think कि partnership में compromise नहीं करना है, तो don't go for partnership. Don't go for it. You have to compromise. When there are several brains in a firm and from all different fields, they will have all different thought process. But you have to bring it together if you want to be on a higher scale. So in Pareto principle, you have to retain your 80% of time for 20% big clients. You have to focus on that. And right now, there are a lot of opportunities with your clients who are growing stage. You will get a very good opportunity, provided you provide them a one-stop solution. As they say, big client doesn't want to move here and there. They need one-stop solution. Whether you can provide in-house or not, that's a subsequent story. You can outsource someone and you can provide it. But if you want to be, you have to think. And partnership is always a compromise. Don't think that partnership कर लिया और वो चल जाएगा. आपको कहीं ना कहीं at one stage you have to compromise. Some time will be spent by other partners. Some time may not be spent by other partners. You may bring your work with your time and energy. Others may not bring. All compromises has to be. जी sir.
Very, very important point he has brought. I forgot to mention, in partnership, either you get 90 or you get 110. And exactly what he said. If I put the efforts and energy or intellect worth 100 rupees and I want 100 rupees, then I am better off with my proprietorship. Either it will be 90 rupees or 110. It's the same thing he
compromise has to be there.
It's a compromise. And you also read one of the book, CA Firm of the Future by Vaibhav Manek. કદાચ તમે LinkedIn પર KNME કરીને જોતા હશો. So IFECનું 35th Forum of Firms તરીકે first Indian CA firm to be inducted in IFEC as a Forum of Firms coming to 34 days where there it is 35th and Forum of Firms. Last point, sorry, I am getting in partnership what you can decide, how we should decide the percentage. Either it should be equal percentage, first thing, or it should be that okay, I am a senior partner or I believe with me maybe 2 crore rupees of practice or 20 years. So my percentage will be 25, this mid junior, this will be 18, this will be 20, maybe someone else is. So in totality it will be that. That is the second model. Third model could be you can do vertical wise, like Big Four is saying, right? So cross reference, if I bring 100 rupees worth of income tax, which I don't, is my income tax partner, I will pay him 15 rupees, 10 rupees cross reference, or the credit, and he will execute it entirely, right? Because he is an income tax, his vertical P&L will be prepared at the year end, and whatever will be the reason. But find out, these are only just for the sake of telling you these are 3 models. There will be another 5 models, so 10 models better than this. But you find out the model, stick to it, give you every 3 years and continue partnership. Ours is not a family firm, ours is not a second generation. We also made so many mistakes, but we are together since more than 20 years now, and we also evolved it. Every 3 years we see, okay, if everyone feels that no, I am injustice થાય છે, okay, we review the sharing pattern, we review the working style pattern, because beyond a point, now money will not be a problem, ego will be a problem. મેં કહ્યું હતું કામ થવું જોઈએ ને ના થયું. ઇનિશિયલમાં તમારે ત્યાં પૈસા ને લીધે ભેગો થશે. After 40 it will be less and more will be for ego. બધે અમીશભાઈનો જ ફોટો આવે છે, બિચારા નીરવભાઈ તો બધું મજૂરી કરે, પીપીટી એને બનાવીને આપે. બરાબર છે? એવું જ.
Very well said, Amish sir.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So the important part was that the client acquire કેવી રીતે કરો અને acquire કર્યા પછી retain કેવી રીતે કરો. That is the biggest challenge right now you all are facing. And we are facing at this stage also, because every day it's a learning process. So we are not allowed any kind of publicity, honestly speaking. So where to acquire a new client? See, it is from mouth to mouth publicity. Your satisfied client will bring you another client. And second thing, always, whenever you visit any place, see, I am more into internal audit of hotel industry. Whenever I visit a hotel, I used to meet their GM and FC and try to understand what is the system process there. So even from that also work flows to us. It's not that I might put my hoarding or any publicity whereby people will approach me. So to acquire a new client for you will be your mouth to mouth publicity. પહેલા કેવું થતું, છોકરા કે છોકરી સીએ થતા ને તો મા બાપ કહેતા કે હવે મારો છોકરો સીએ કે છોકરી સીએ થઈ ગઈ, કોઈ સારું પાત્ર બતાવવું. હવે મા બાપ કહે છે કે યાર કંઈક કામ બતાવવું, right? This is the difference, because we are not allowed to do any publicity. So how we'll get the work? It will be through mouth to mouth publicity, and your satisfied client will bring you another client. Retention of client, acquisition of client, thereafter retention of client is equally important. You have to give better services to the client, rather best services to the client. Clients are very demanding nowadays. 100 रुपया फीस दिया है तो समझो वो आपसे 150 का काम एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं. This is a hard truth. And where the line is there for scope of work, forget the scope of work. If you are hired as a consultant, he will also expect कि आप मुझे ये भी advise करो, ये भी advise करो. There is nothing like a scope of work in medium-sized firms. You can't say कि बस मैं ये नहीं करूँगा, ये नहीं करूँगा. You don't have a choice. But humbly you can say, sir, I have put in this much of the efforts. This doesn't justify my fees. Please pay aside. You can put very strongly your demand, and accordingly you can retain the clients.
Very rightly said, Abhilash ji. That brings me to my concluding remark. We are skipping a couple of questions in the positive of time. So I'd like to know from the all the panelists as a concluding remark in just few words, what advice would you give to the chartered accountant who starting his their own firm and wish to aspire to establish their own empire based on your experience and success? What are your suggestions? Just in a couple of words, if you can sum up. I'll start with Jatin bhai.
So first of all, practice is challenging as well as rewarding. So first you should think that once you start your practice, at least see that you develop your technical skills first, because if you have a specialized technical skills, you would be able to have success in your field. Second, involve technology in your daily work, so that your time and efforts are divided in such a manner that most of the work is helped by technology. And next is create partnership firms, what sir has said, and create networking. Networking is in two forms, by professionals as well as your clients. As sir has said, Abhilash bhai, that if you do a satisfactory work, they'll bring you more clients. I'll pass it to him.
Now, to add on to most of the things that others will say is never been rushed to answer. I mean, your client can wait for 5 minutes. Don't answer everything there and then on the phone. Please wait, collect the facts and then answer. First and foremost is that would be the biggest enemy here. The spontaneity with which we all want to, we are eager to answer. And because I don't know what he has asked something, I have answered something. What he has understood, we all three are on the different planets now. The second is, please be very sure of your values and ethics system. I mean, we create partnership with people with same mindset, same values and same ethics. Your values and ethics would ensure your firm's existence, and that is something that we have to be very clear on the very first day. Whatever they may be, whatever the value system may be very clear of them.
Abhilash, any concluding remarks?
Yeah. There is no shortcut to success. Work hard. I will add only one thing. I always start my office at morning 7 o'clock. It's unbelievable to anyone in the profession that can you start it. But anyone I step out my office in the evening by 5:30. Why? The morning time is always the best. First 3-4 hours you can utilize for updating yourself, allocating work to your staff. So whenever staff comes, your office hours start, you are done with everything. This will help you to progress very fast. This is my personal experience, I am saying.
Ashish, any concluding remarks?
Time is short, so I will say it in short words. First and foremost, make your rules and then follow the rules. Do આ ટેકનોલોજી તમારું કામ કરે, તમે ટેકનોલોજીનું ના કામ કરો. Ask the technology to do it. Excel માં ટોટલ થાય છે તો કેલ્ક્યુલેટર પર નથી કરતા આપણે. તો એવી રીતે જ જે વસ્તુ સોફ્ટવેર કરી શકે ને એ તમને નથી કરવાની જરૂર. And most important, very important, which we specially I think would agree all, maintain personal and professional life balance. બધું વેસ્ટ થઈ જશે જો તબિયત બગડશે, બધું વેસ્ટ થઈ જશે જો ઘરે ગયા પછી વાઈફ ઝઘડશે અથવા હસબન્ડ ઝઘડશે અથવા તમારા છોકરાએ આજે સ્કૂલમાં શું કર્યું એ નહીં ખબર પડશે. સો મેન્ટેન ધેટ બેલેન્સ ફ્રોમ ડે વન.
Amit sir.
Wish you all the best and all the blessings. You achieve very great heights. And I would like to sit stateside and to hear someone of you maybe after 5 years, 10 years. Thank you.
Thank you so much to all the esteemed panelists we have with us. It's indeed a pleasure. The young bloods here will surely gain some valuable insight. And I'm sure, sir, all of you are always available. If any young bloods have any queries, they can approach you anytime. Sir, as a small token of love on behalf of Ahmedabad branch, sir, Abhilash sir is celebrating his 50th birthday today. So we have organized a small cake. Before we start with the last session, we have Sadhani sir with us. My managing committee colleague Samir will take it forward.